I'll break out the shorts, the sandals, and the sunscreen as well. It is summer in a bottle here across southern New England this evening. Temperatures still sitting in the 80s across many spots. These are high temperatures today. Paris snowmen here in Providence County, including Providence TF Green, breaking a record that was set back in 1945. We broke a record in New Bedford as well. We saw some spots approaching 90, as we did here. We saw some spots hit 90 degrees. This is what we had as you look out towards New Bedford again and Providence. We saw both new records being set out there today, and we are going to see another chance to see those records as we head into tomorrow. Our current observation showing those temperatures again. Still, it's 87 in Smithfield right now. Much cooler down to Newport, but a beautiful evening, about as good as it gets. 76 degrees. Great evening to be dining outside or going for just a walk around the corner. A little chillier as you get out, way out towards the coast. 59 in Nantucket right now. That just goes to show you how chilly those Atlantic waters are. So we do still, again, it's not a red flag warning, but we do still have the elevated fire weather risk, and that is for all of southern New England today down towards Long Island as well. It's still a very dry air mass in place, and we still are getting those winds. Yesterday they were northwest. Now they're back to the southwest, and we have 15, 20, 25 mile an hour winds. Right now Providence has a 20 mile an hour wind out of the southwest, as does 24 out towards the Cape. And we see those gusts even higher than that, could be upwards of 30 to 35 miles an hour. Nothing that high at the moment, but again, got to be careful with any flames. You're doing any barbecuing this evening, certainly a good evening for it. Look at the dew points across the map here. They're in the 40s. That's a measure of the moisture content in the air. So looking at our scale here, we're below 50, and 50 itself is very dry. So needless to say, dry air in place out there. Here are your temperatures across the Northeast right now. 80s, all in the orange coloring here. Only one place where it's not. There's a little front boundary right here as you head up into Maine, 65 towards central Maine. Big difference up in that neck of the woods this evening. And it will be pretty much the same story tomorrow for the entire area as we have full sunshine, clear skies all across the Northeast today with high pressure influence right to our south. But we do have something that we're keeping an eye on. This low pressure was very kind of reminiscent of a weak tropical system. Still kind of looks like that as it has a little bit of a defined circulation with it. No name for that, but looking at this torrential rain this evening across Mississippi and that front that extends back all the way into Florida with it, that's the same system that brought a biblical rain to Fort Lauderdale area yesterday. A 100 to 200 year event. You do not see this very often. You don't see rain rates, or rain amounts rather, getting into this end of the scale here. 10 to 15 inches of rain, cars submerged in mere moments, and people had to be rescued out of that. So it was a tough evening for them down there. I was watching on Twitter unfold last night, and it was really crazy. We're going to see that system moving up ever so slowly to get into our area. It eats away at the high pressure. We have another dry, warm, record warm day tomorrow, and then clouds start to move in ahead of that system. There'll be some tropical downpours associated with that, especially as we head into Saturday evening, and then overnight into Sunday morning, we'll see those showers lingering. I think the second half of the day of Sunday is dry, so really on the whole, the weekend's not looking all that bad. But then as we head into Marathon Monday, we'll see some form of rain around. I think it's mostly scattered at this point. I don't think it's a complete washout, but something we'll have to track for you here as we head into the weekend. And much, much cooler, 70s going down to 60s as we head into next week. But a nice stretch of weather returns starting on Tuesday.